Vision. I found myself deep inside a prison. I heard banging sounds and tried to locate their source. After a few attempts, I managed to peer through a small hole. 3 individuals were there, wielding a hammer and chisel, relentlessly striking the center of the structure. Eventually, a larger than expected chunk of the structure broke away and crashed just a few feet below. From the point of impact, I noticed small hairline cracks spreading outward. The damage they had caused was catastrophic for the prison's integrity. Filled with panic, I rushed around, trying to find my friends to warn them about the impending collapse. I reached a gate that was padlocked. Some of my friends were visible, dressed in guard uniforms. I shouted their names, but only one responded. She approached the gate, and I urgently yelled to everyone I could, "The structure is collapsing! We must leave now!" She opened the gate, and we entered the structure to escape from the back. Navigating through debris and obstacles, we fled through the back as others tried to escape as well. Some were caught by the collapsing structure, while others mistakenly believed they were safe within it. I watched as they were left behind while we exited the building. Once in a field behind the prison, many people halted, thinking that they were now out of danger. I urged my friend, "No, we must keep going." We ran to the edge of a forest where only a few others were present. Looking back at the prison, we witnessed thousands of people who had climbed onto the roof, screaming for help. As the building collapsed, it disappeared from view, taking thousands with it. My friend turned to me and said, "Thank you for saving me." I replied, "You were saved because of your heart." Suddenly, as we concluded our conversation, a landslide began. The prison was crumbling into a massive hole that was swallowing the surrounding land. All those who had paused in the field, believing they were safe, were swept away. The ground beneath us gave way, and we were drawn toward the hole. Despite the chaos around us, there was a profound sense that God was shielding us from the destruction, even though we were affected by it. As the gaping hole filled with earth, we came to a stop. We were waist deep in dirt and debris, yet somehow safe. Amidst taking in the scene, I began to detect a strong sewer-like smell in the air around me. That was the vision. In the morning, I asked God for the interpretation, as He has done so many times before. Interpretation. The prison serves as a symbol for the earth itself. The figures tirelessly chipping away at the core, aiming to dismantle it, are demons, agents of Satan working relentlessly towards the destruction of the earth. In a spiritual state, I was granted a glimpse through the cracks, witnessing their actions. God revealed their actions to me, compelling me to urgently warn anyone I could reach. The locked prison doors signify the confines of the flesh. I found myself trapped by the limitations of the physical world, unable to break free. I called out to my friends, and only one was able to hear my pleas. The guard uniforms they wore represent authority, the inherent power each person possesses to determine their path on this earth. Their individual authority, grounded in free will, outweighed mine, which is why they didn't care about my warning. Escaping the prison amidst debris and collapsing structures represents an impending destruction that will fall upon the earth. People who run but halt prematurely symbolize those who won't inherit God's kingdom. To claim that inheritance, one must persist to the very end without faltering. Some may run farther than others and use that as a measure of their goodness. However, they too will be swept away, as God never truly recognized them. They never reached Him. These are the individuals who mistakenly believe that merely discussing God or performing good deeds suffices for His salvation. Matthew 7:22 and 23 reads, "On judgment day many will say to me, 'Lord, Lord, we prophesied in your name, and cast out demons in your name, and performed many miracles in your name.' But I will reply, 'I never knew you. Get away from me, you who break God's laws.'" The forest we reached symbolizes our arrival at the destination that God had planned for us. The salvation of my friend was a result of her righteous heart and her alignment with God's will. The ensuing landslide represents a second wave of destruction that will occur immediately afterward. Even though those firmly rooted in God will sense the earth trembling beneath their feet and feel the impact of the destruction, they will remain under His protective shield. The foul smell at the end of the vision was the smell of death contaminating the air, the decaying lives that once existed. At the end of the interpretation, God reassured me that I will bear witness of this vision within my lifetime.